Good morning, a wonderful chill group, blessed children of God. This morning, as you can see, I'm out in the open. I came to have a little bit of exercise. I've got my dog here, Sadie. Here she is. Yeah, she is just about to go and have her exercise. So I'm going to let her go. Off you go. Go on. Go on. Good girl. So, exercise has been a thing that's really been a big thing throughout the lockdown. You know, in the beginning stages of the lockdown, everybody was kind of exercising their right to exercise. You know, and it was something that brought people a lot of calm, a lot of physical exertion of energy and bits like that. Exercise is important. It's very important. The dictionary, the Oxford Dictionary, says that exercise is, number one, requiring physical effort carried out to sustain or improve fitness. Number two, it says it is an activity carried out for a specific purpose. That's exercise. How can we exercise? So we can exercise by doing things like dance praise, by skipping, by doing boxercise, running, all sorts of exercise. I'm sure you're very familiar with different ways of exercising. Some like to swim. But a really, really important exercise is exercising our faith. Have you ever broken a bone or pulled a muscle? If you have, then you'll know that it takes time to heal. And you need exercise to bring yourself back to full fitness. Faith, our faith, is like a muscle. If not exercised, it will wear away. Our faith is a gift from God. Everyone's offered it, but it needs to be used. It is possible to have the gift of faith and not use it. That in itself is a real shame. In fact, it's quite scary. I'm sorry that the camera's moving all about, but I'm outside at the moment. In Luke 8:25, Jesus makes it clear that we can have faith and not exercise it. His disciples were in a boat and the storm weather's really picked up and kicked. You know, a real gale was blowing. Jesus was in the boat sleeping. The disciples went to Jesus and said, Jesus, wake up, there's a storm. As Jesus got up, the storm calmed. Jesus asked the disciples, where is your faith? Jesus was requiring the disciples to exercise their faith, to use the faith that had been given to them by God. Now, these disciples walked with Jesus. They walked with Jesus, but they still needed reminding that they needed to exercise their faith. They needed reminding that they need to exercise their faith. If they needed reminding and they walked with God as Emmanuel, surely we need reminding every now and then. I know I do sometimes. In Matthew 14:22, we can see that Jesus walked on water. As he walked on water, he walked towards the boat, which also had disciples in. Peter was on the boat. Peter said to Jesus, Lord, if this is you, call me to you. As Peter walked out on the water, because of his faith, as Jesus said, come to me, because of his faith in Jesus, he was able to walk on water. But the moment came when he took his eyes off of Jesus. As he did that, it was as if for that moment he lost faith. And as he didn't exercise that faith in God Almighty, in Emmanuel, in Jesus, he began to sink. What do we see? What do we see in that story? What do we hear in that story? We hear that exercising our faith is essential. Essential. How can we exercise our faith today?